So future Arnold here, I'm going to put this at the beginning of the reaction video because I came to an absolutely crazy galaxy brain epiphany at the end of this reaction that you guys will see. So in the episode, there is a shot where Jinxie presents RWBY an opportunity to get the green marionette statuette for a jar to fill up with hope. And that shot is made in a way where it looks like the marionette is inside the jar when it's presented to RWBY. I don't know if you guys remember this, but 2 years ago, I did a breakdown and like analysis video on how RWBY used Ambrosius to turn Penny into a real girl. So in that moment, Ambrosius created the mechanical Penny with only the virus like Team RWBY asked, and because the aura needed a vessel in order to survive, he created a human vessel, a human body vessel, where Penny's aura is now fully facilitated. That's why you see like the robot Penny like self-destruct and get destroyed, and then when they create the pathways to Vacuo, you see it get erased from existence after that because, you know, once you create something new, the previous thing you created is gone. So if anything, it should very much tell the audience that this was what they always created. It's just weird because people are assuming that because this is what they wanted, clearly this is what they created. But no, this is what they truly wanted, but they had to create this in order to get this due to a loophole. And I used this exact same jar and these green smiley bouncy balls that also glow in the dark. I used to represent Penny's soul and how it transferred the soul from one jar, which was the robot, into a new jar, which was the human vessel that Ambrosius created as a byproduct. I'm not saying that they used my video as an inspiration, but the same way that it looked like that green marionette was in that jar is the exact same way that I represented this being the soul of Penny inside a jar 2 years before the volume came out, by the way. I don't know. I have no idea. If someone on RWBY would like to confirm that, that would be absolutely awesome. It's not the first time we've had a major influence around these parts, a la clip-on Ty Jacques Schnee. I do want to take my credit. I do want my royalties. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase and share that for those of you who may not have known, because that was absolutely crazy when I realized it. Anyways, it was a great episode. Enjoy the reaction, and I'll talk more about the episode towards the end. Hey guys, what's up? MurderofBirds here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are going to be jumping into RWBY Volume 9 Chapter 2. This is gonna be my reaction to it, and I don't know about any of you guys, but I feel like the week wait between episode 1 and 2 is so inconsequential considering the fact that we've been waiting almost 2 years for the return of RWBY from Volume 8 to 9. Like, I feel like the last week literally just went by in the blink of an eye. I felt like I was so preoccupied with other things. We did our official RWBY Volume 9 Chapter 1 live stream discussion on Thursday afternoon, which was a really great turnout. It was awesome to just get back into the swing of things. I was super nervous about it as well because it's been a while since I've connected with my YouTube audience, at least in terms of diving headfirst into all things RWBY and just getting back into that flow state of just talking about things, geeking out, theorizing, speculating, and just talking in depth about the show and where it could go and the volumes that are to come and everything else in between. So for any of you guys who did tune into that, I really sincerely, honestly appreciate it. My premiere reaction to episode 1 is going to be going out in about an hour from when I'm sitting down to record episode 2. So overall, I'm just really happy to just see my peers' reactions and thoughts and theories and reviews to RWBY and just kind of getting back into the swing of things, because it has been a very long time since we've all kind of connected under the umbrella of something that we're all really passionate and excited about, especially after a long wait. So jumping into this episode and kind of based on some snippets of what we've gotten through trailers and a little bit of the intro, I think this episode is going to shift and focus on the objectives that Blake set, which I love how they're kind of giving Blake like the leadership point, because RWBY, I feel like, is going to be going through the starts of her regression as a character, her regression emotionally, mentally, and just kind of her being able to process everything that's happened and realizing that she's probably not at her absolute best compared to her teammates. But based on the last episode, they have to find Crescent Rose, they have to find Yang's arm, they have to figure out where they are and how to get back home. And Yang's missing her arm, and we know from the intro, or we know from the last trailer, that it's a talking purple raccoon who's like lugging around trash, which I guess it's just like they're doing like auctions of like bits and bobs and a bunch of other things that they find along the way. So I think we're going to be going to like the Toy Town area of the Ever After with like the toy soldiers and stuff like that, and she's like wrestling her arm back from one of the guards, and Obviously, we're going to see the purple raccoon and everything else in between. So really excited to just see where things are. I love the fact that all the characters were together by the end of the first episode. So we're not wasting all this time getting everyone together and figuring out where the plot goes from there with only 10 episodes for this volume. So overall, really excited to see where all the things go from here. Wondering if we're going to see the Cheshire Cat. I'm obviously expecting to see a bunch of new characters and see some new areas that weren't featured in the trailer. So with all of that said, with all the rambling out of the way, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Again, you guys can get these videos as soon as they're available through my Patreon for early access, and then they will premiere on YouTube 1 week later. So overall, appreciate the support, appreciate the hype. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and without further ado, let us begin. So before we jump into the reaction, I'm sure you guys have reasonable expectations for me moving forward with these chapters, considering the fact that I think since volume 6 or maybe even volume 5, I've done like these sing-along opening sessions for RWBY. Casey's given me a little bit of run for my money with this intro. I feel like it's going to be an uphill battle, a bit of a challenge. And to be completely honest, I haven't even like listened to the intro or the lyrics like closely between when the episode came out and this one. So I am actually going to try to start doing my sing-along opening sessions next week. So from episode 3 to the finale, that's what you guys can expect. That is my solemn promise to you moving forward, because there were comments that I was getting like on like Twitter and even in my Discord, like, Arnold, I expect that full volume acapella like sing-along by the finale, just like the previous years. And I'm like, God damn it, Inside is actually ripping my insides out with how complex it seems, and Casey's like taking it to a whole other level. But with all that aside, I'm also using different headphones because I put mine on the dock yesterday, but it didn't charge, so I have to like grab these for replacements. But we do have the episode title and runtime. So it's 17 minutes, and the title is called Altercation at the Auspicious Auction. So it seems like the purple raccoon's going to be trying to auction off Yang's arm, and we got to put a stop to that. So with all that said, thank you guys again for the support. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and we're going to be starting this in 3, 2, 1, now. Let's go! Alrighty, so very interested to see where this series is really gonna go to. This intro, breaking down this intro last week was phenomenal as well. Just seeing all the set pieces and what we can infer from them with Ruby's development, Jean's development, Neo's development, this new character Alex. I feel like it's just gonna be super exciting to just see where it goes. So yeah. I really have to like know and understand this intro properly for like the lyrics. Like this part's really easy to manage, but it's when Casey like raises an octave, a couple octaves, and I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. You must live with balance. I also haven't, I know the full version of the intro is out. I'm not gonna listen to the full version until the soundtrack comes out, but I do want to like know these lyrics, obviously. Yeah, so this is the place we're gonna go, like the little toy town, I think. Because there's like different quadrants of the place. Jean's development is going to be incredible, I feel. It has a lot of potential for sure. Inside, I gotta let go, I cannot lose my mind inside. Yeah, I gotta practice. Definitely gotta practice this song. Also, shout out to Erin Wynn. She mentioned that it took her 2 weeks to draw, like to paint out this entire like long panel shot of the intro here, which is absolutely like incredible. And then we have Alex and Crescent Rose. I don't think Ruby's gonna get Crescent Rose until, I don't think she's gonna get Crescent Rose until the finale, to be quite honest, if at all. So, all right, here we go. Yo, we're in the Ever After, boys. Oh, there we go. We have to go to Candyland. I'll be so sad if we don't.
So are we just gonna stand around thinking about this in silence, or?
Yes.
I know this place is weird, but a fairy tale?
Yeah.
I mean, that's impossible.
What? You're Little Red Riding Hood. Come on now. A talking mouse? Hello? Cinderella?
What we've seen is improbable, but that doesn't mean we're in an actual fairy tale. Are we seriously entertaining
your
this?
lives are a fairy tale.
Do you have a better explanation for what's going on?
Well,
true.
Let's try to be more logical.
Oh, this is from the intro, right?
We fell
from the sky. RWBY made friends with a talking tiny mouse. Yep.
And I got caught by killer vines.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You got your arm stolen by a what was it that you said?
A talking raccoon riding on a purple wagon filled with trash.
Sheesh. Also
Yes,
a purple raccoon
that.
riding on a purple wagon filled with trash.
Okay, I see your point of view.
Yeah.
I am going to go over here now.
I wonder what the raccoon is a reference to, if at all, because I'm...
Of course it's thriving a little.
Weiss is like, how do I explain this?
As crazy as it sounds, something about this is familiar.
Like your life?
Girl who fell through the world.
The fairy tale. Blake would know. She loves reading books.
I think we're in the ever after.
Oh my god! Oh wow! This is an actual like place
that
in
one
the
was
story.
make-believe. It was just part of a story we all read as kids.
Oh my god!
Make believe. It's where I live.
Oh my god! Ospen actually
you
drew
tell
it
us
from
more
real
about
life experience.
Have you ever heard the name Alex?
And Alex.
Alice?
On
Alex?
purpose?
In the story, Alex fell from the sky
Let's
and
go!
met with the hunter mice. Got trapped in vines, bought a Jabberwocker,
Wow!
and got her knife stolen by a talking raccoon.
They all experience
Yeah.
out. They're like living
Then
through
she beat the
Alex's
Red King at a board
experience.
game, met the curious cat the rest of the night, and finally got out
Yo,
through...
stop spoiling!
The tree.
They're literally spoiling the whole volume, bro.
So what now? Do we go to the tree, look for Alex?
I love the
Gang's arm?
OSTs.
Ruby, you're still missing Crescent Rose.
I'll bet the Jinxie Peddler has it.
Oh, Jinxie Peddler.
The Jinxie Peddler?
The raccoon?
That's the only talking raccoon I know.
Yanks.
Do you know
Oh my
where
god,
it might
Weiss
be?
is...
Of
Weiss is
course.
big mad right now.
I'll lead the way. Right to...
Oh, okay. All right, little, stick to your day job at
Town
sleeping.
is just ahead, right?
Mr. Guide, hello?
I've been thinking, if we're going to go to this town,
God,
we need to be careful.
This is so cool.
Alex didn't know their customs and ended up starting a war among the townsfolk. Trouble followed her everywhere she went.
She changed by the time she
Well,
left.
yeah, but she was kind of a mean person, right?
No, come
She
on.
lied and cheated her way through most of the book.
She was trying to survive.
Yeah.
The morals of those old stories are so simplistic.
Either way,
Literally, Alice in
need to
Wonderland
tread
is a
lightly.
big life lesson. Oh. Wow, I can't
Town's
believe
just
it.
up
They
ahead.
kind of fleshed out
Jinxie Peddler
the girl who
always
fell to the
stops
world
by our
story.
village before he goes to town.
Do
Interesting.
they steal stuff from you guys too?
Steal?
My heart.
Never. They just take the things we're not looking at.
Oh.
Fair's fair.
Hey. One man's
Sounds like a
trash is
legitimate
another man's
business
treasure.
person. How did they manage to steal your arm anyway?
Yeah, that
I was
is
knocked out
Oh.
from the fall. When I came to,
Oh my
that sneaky
God.
raccoon had already grabbed my arm and ran off.
Oh my god.
so would you say he caught you unarmed?
Oh my. Blake, please.
How disarming. I guess we'll have to catch this.
Oh my god. She's
what?
rubbing off on Blake, dude. She's
Nothing.
taking her puns. That was
Don't
cute.
worry. We'll find a way out of here.
They're making
and
it
we'll go
happen,
back
dude.
home.
They're making it happen. I think this is the volume, guys. Uh-oh.
Weiss?
Yo, Blake and Yang are
It's
having a good old time.
all gone. There's nothing left for me to go back to.
Atlas.
Just like Beacon.
Atlas is gone. Underwater.
You did the best you could for Atlas, Weiss.
But it wasn't enough. We hatched a crazy plan that put a whole kingdom at risk, and we don't even know if we saved the relics from...
Cinder.
Maybe
Don't.
Sean and Winter were able to get them out,
No.
despite
Well,
everything.
Winter did.
Despite us.
Y'all did the best you can. Come on now. Ruby's just... This is not good for Ruby. You know, she might be thinking the same
I know
thing.
that Penny... I know that was a lot to hear.
Damn. It's raining again! Ruby's emotions are so in tune with this place. The thunder and lightning, and it's responding to her emotions. This is not going to be good for her, man. And see, she's not talking about it. She's just internalizing everything. Oh my god. My Forever Fall 2.0?
So this is the entrance to the other
Oh my god.
acre, you
I'm
called
so
it?
excited.
Yep. All we do is cross the bridge and we'll be Well,
Yeah, about that.
wherever over there is.
That bridge looks pretty rickety.
You don't know?
Nope. Never been this far from home.
Oh!
Oh,
So that might be true
you should
then.
go back.
I wouldn't have any
'Cause, like,
idea how to go back.
All of the quadrants
Maybe I'll
are
go by this
separate from
bridge.
each other. Wait, hold on. What did Little
I'll
say?
handle
Let me
this.
back up.
Oh, maybe you should go back.
I wouldn't have any idea how to go back. Maybe I'll live by this bridge.
Oh my God. Wait, I thought you were supposed to be the trusty guide. Hello?
I'll handle this.
Built in a house, my very first house. Gonna find my purpose in my best house.
Would you like to come with us?
Oh man. Uh-oh. Sheesh. Yeah.
That's probably for the
I
best.
don't have a very good home here. Wow, look at this place, man. Domin Florin, I think that's Domino's, by royal decree of Her Highness. Birthday party. Dude, it's literally a toy town. Patty cake,
along,
cribbage.
I've always
Domino's
wanted to be
flooring?
long, but I'm still just small.
Oh, this is so cool. The Duchess, I saw one mention the Duchess.
There it is.
This is so
So what's the
awesome.
strategy? Just start roughing them up or what?
Yeah, so really quick, I just want to say that it's very interesting because I made a theory during my live stream of discussion of chapter 1. I was under the assumption that each of these different quadrants of the Ever After was a failed experiment from the gods. So like the beach tropical forest area was one experiment and then it just got sectioned off. And then this toy town is another section. And the fact that Little has never like gone to another section of this place implies that like these are all segmented kind of realities or universes that have their own, like their own rules and laws and things of that nature. So I wonder how true that is, because it seems like all of these are kind of like mismatched, but they kind of fit together around the tree, but they're not like made at the same time. Very interesting. Oh, damn.
In the book, Alex had to barter with Jinxie for her dagger.
Jinxie.
Yeah, I think I'd rather hit him.
Damn. Oh, okay, so that's the name. Ooh. Yo, the VFX.
Adorable.
And a lot older than I remember from the book.
I am Jinxie.
Okay.
These are the finest treasures of the acre.
Oh yeah. There's like a
I don't see my arm. All of Jinxie's treasures
cane.
are just other items in disguise.
Oh.
So that people think they're buying something extremely valuable.
Oh, I see. So
Okay.
Yang's arm might be the gold one.
Which one is Yang's arm?
It's probably the gold one, right? Because that's kind of
What
like.
does your heart tell you? That's how Alex knew.
I mean,
That
that
one.
one looks roughly
It looks
arm-sized.
obvious though.
ish.
You know. Perhaps.
Ruby?
There's
Oh.
something about that one.
Oh. What is that all about?
First item.
Okay. Oh my God. They look
Diamond
little
studded
toys,
rabbit.
little like board game characters. This one looks like a Lego.
How are we going to bid without any money?
That's so
I
cool.
don't think there's any money in the Ever After. Jinxie just names whatever price he wants.
What did
Okay.
Jinxie want from Alex?
Her saddest memory.
Oh.
And her happiest.
Sold for
Is Ruby gonna get it? And she's gonna be like, losing my mom, losing Penny,
Very valuable.
losing Pyrrha. Take your
Maybe
pick.
this won't be
I'm
so
a
bad after all.
freaking, I'm a sad case.
a golden scepter.
Yeah, the scepter.
Ooh,
Oh.
the bidding starts at
No, I was the first one to.
knowing what it is to feel love.
Also, this kind of looks like Zwei. Like that face
fair
part
price
looked
for
I thought that was Zwei in the
some.
intro. Oh, in the trailer. All right, so what are they doing here? Hold on, let me back up real quick.
The bidding starts at
No, I was the first one to.
knowing what it is to feel loved.
Oh, damn.
A fair price for some,
Yeah, Raven.
I'd say.
I feel like Yang's a little troubled by love from time to time.
Knowing what it's like to feel loved by royal decree.
Whatever Jinxie wants.
Wait, that's my arm.
Whatever it is, it's royal property now. No price is too high for His Majesty.
Oh, His Majesty. So it was a gender bent.
We tried it your way, Blake.
No!
Oh, hold on. Ruby's going for it.
Doing.
Bidding starts at enough hope to fill this jar.
Ruby? I don't think Ruby has much hope right now. Oh no.
You don't have enough, do you?
Sheesh. That's rough. Oh my god, Little's yoinking it!
Why, you little...
Little.
Leave that alone. You can't touch it until the deal is done.
Wait, why? Oh, Penny's sword!
Huh?
No wonder Ruby was in tune with it. Oh, damn, Jinxie, you just got jebaited, my guy.
I'm going for it.
Oh my god, things are... Oh, and this is exactly what Alex did. She started with the people. She caused panic and chaos. That's one of Penny's elemental sword. Damn, I can't believe Ruby.
Ruby, come on.
She felt Penny's presence. Weiss is just not no fucks given. Hey, you gypped all of us, my guy. Oh man, you guys don't
Those
realize
people
that that's gonna traumatize
take
Ruby.
Very seriously. High five.
Okay.
High five.
It's not all fun and games.
We're
Take a
doing
look
the
at your
same thing
sister.
Alex did. We're ruining everything.
Yeah.
That's your biggest concern right now?
There you go.
I've read so many stories. I never thought
That we'd be in one.
I'd be the moral of one.
Hey everyone, remember how Ruby's doing?
Ruby?
Realizing Penny's sword? Come on.
I couldn't explain why, but
She knew.
I was drawn to it.
And this world is drawn to you in more ways than one, dude. Look at this! This is so pivotal!
Great. Now it's raining on just us.
It's raining on Ruby's
That's it.
parade!
We're getting out of this nightmare.
Wow. No one
Alex
realizes.
went to the tree, right? Let's go.
I don't think it's gonna work like that. In the book,
We are not in a book. And even if we were, we know how it ends. Right over there.
No. You gotta learn your lesson. Stop stomping, Weiss. Come on now. That's not very nice. You gotta play by the rules of the world. Otherwise, you're just gonna go round and round in circles.
Stupid tree!
No!
Yeah, already tried that earlier. You can't get any closer to the tree
Oh
that
my
way.
god. She got
Well, then
laid
what
out.
do we do now?
She's
We've got
so
my
mad.
arm, but we still don't have crescent rose or the slightest idea how to get out.
Wow.
This way! Somebody's sad! I'd be sad too, if I ruined the royal birthday.
See? Someone's sad and they know it because it's raining.
Blake, what did Alex do next?
Holy shit.
she
Come on, Ruby.
went to the Crimson Castle
All right.
and beat the Red King at his own game.
Oh, so it is a gender bend. So instead of the Queen of Hearts, it's the King of Hearts.
Huzzah!
Oh
You
my god.
treasonous birthday ruiners!
Okay.
Have a very
We want to
unbirthday.
go to the birthday party.
We want to go to the birthday party.
Damn.
Too bad, because we're going to... Oh. Yes.
So are we.
That's where we're taking you, as prisoners, for stealing royal property.
Oh my
What if
god.
I offered you something better?
Ooh.
The weapon of a powerful warrior.
Holy shit, the Vorpal sword, baby! Is that what that's gonna stand in as?
Go on.
Because that's what eventually kills the Jabberwocky.
Not just a powerful warrior. The most powerful to ever live.
No, Penny!
She was touched by magic. And she gave her life for thousands.
Penny.
She took a message of hope to the stars.
Wow.
And she saw the world through better eyes.
Holy shit.
Take us to the royal birthday.
And it's yours.
And allow us to present this most precious gift.
Damn. Yo, Ruby, let's go. Oh my god.
By royal decree. Come on, men. You heard her. We've got a birthday to celebrate.
Oh, man. Oh my god, those are like the Nabuck guards
Ruby?
from volume 6.
Are you sure about this?
Look, We may not know exactly what's going on.
Wow, this is a great episode.
But for whatever reason, this place is putting us on a similar path as a book we all read as kids.
You got to go through the lessons. You got to learn.
I say we follow it.
And see.
Stop pretending we know what we're doing.
Uh-oh. Ruby's going through it right now, dude. For better or for worse, she's going through it. Wow. Wow, look at this place! I loved this episode. I absolutely loved this episode. What a great second episode to get into it. We kind of got a little bit of like an established understanding of this realm at the very least, or at least the Toy Town section. And we're moving right into the Redwoods, and now we're moving right into the King of Hearts. I presume it's the King of Hearts, but we mentioned that too, like that it could be a gender bent version because of how they looked in the intro compared to what the Queen of Hearts should have looked like or whatever. But wow, Ruby is already maturing. She's growing. She's actually kind of applying her emotions in a straightforward, reasonable, and somewhat stoic way, but it makes sense. She's been the happy-go-lucky hero this entire time, and now she's really she has to kind of put all of that aside and realize that things are only going to get worse, and you can't carry on that youthful optimism forever. Otherwise, you know, you're gonna find yourself running around in circles like what? Oh my god, that scene was so funny where Weiss just freaking threw the rock and came back and hit her in the back of the head. That was great. What a fantastic chapter this was. Last week, the episode I would say was good. I actually would say last week, because we got so much news and information out of the first episode from previous RTXs, I actually think the saving grace of last week was the intro more than the episode. But going from episode 1 to 2, having Team RWBY together, finding out the game plan, understanding and contextualizing Team RWBY's journey with that of Alex, the girl who fell through the world, the parallels between this story that's being told and its inspiration being Alice in Wonderland, it was such a fantastic experience. I think the first half was really comedic and just kind of like laying into the characters' banter. Just because they've gone through struggles doesn't mean that they're automatically going to change overnight or over the course of the Battle of Atlas versus where they are now. They're changing slowly but surely. They're acclimating back to like their usual personas with bits and pieces of seriousness in between. And I think that's good, because I feel like the further we go into this volume, it's only going to escalate more and more into those serious, darker tones, especially with RWBY. And so I really love the first half. The second half was so much better. Like once they started once the Penny sword came into the mix, and then RWBY tried to like rein the group in and kind of like apply the fact that all of them felt like they failed in different ways on Remnant, and they thought that what they were doing was good, but it wasn't good enough. RWBY's like, okay, well then how about we play in the lines, all right? How about we draw in the lines and we actually follow the story that we clearly know where it's going to end, instead of pretending like we know what we're doing. And I think that comes from her. Obviously, it comes from a very serious place, because they tried to take matters into their own hands, despite them not really being all that experienced, being in this grand war with Salem, and realizing that their actions, while they did save a few people, it also had repercussions and consequences, good and bad. So I just loved the pacing of the episode. I loved all of the new stuff that we got. I think Jinxie is a pretty interesting character. I loved the concept of, Jinxie steals items and then kind of masks them and then presents them as, giving them away in the form of a hug, or, these arbitrary like quantifications, which is pretty interesting. And I don't know about any of you, but I actually think Weiss stole the show for this episode. Between her having like her little grumpy ramble moments and like the moment with the rock, because she went in a loop and she threw the rock and it looped back and hit her in the head. I thought that was just really funny. Like, I understand people are probably expecting a darker, serious, like brooding, deep, emo like aspect of the show now based on what happened last volume. And I understand that. And I feel like we're still going to get those moments when they matter. But especially if it's only going to ramp up from here, I would rather get all of the funny, bantery character bits now, before we get to the point where a lot of that stuff is going to be lost on the development of the characters. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, Blake is also taking point, and it makes sense because she is the reader of the group. And so I feel like Blake is going to have more of the leadership role of knowing what's to come next, because of the story of the girl who fell through the world and understanding the plot points and the characters. It seemed like Blake was more at the center focus of understanding and wanting to stay within those lines of that story's plot, so they don't mess anything up. And yeah, there were just so many things things that I really liked about the episode. I want to say something really quick about Little, which is a little interesting to, you know, no pun intended, but I almost feel like Little is a representation of Penny. And the reason I say this, and this is like, what do you mean by that, Arnold? I'll go more in depth about it in the live stream discussion, but obviously because this is a post-reaction watch conversation I'm having here, Little is searching for a purpose, and Little identifies that purpose in the form of a name, you know, and Blake asked, oh, do you know anyone by the name of Alex? And they're like, oh, is Alex a purpose? And Penny was searching for a purpose as she was kind of going through her life, wanting to know what it's like to be human, what it's like to have autonomy, to ultimately make a choice for herself, not knowing if she's supposed to be a person, a robot, a maiden, what have you. Penny was looking for a purpose. And in this episode, Weiss also references that, oh, Ruby made friends with a talking mouse. And then she was like, friend. And then when they were at the auction, you know, the first thing that was given away was given to someone and they were like, oh, in exchange for a hug. And then Little was like, oh my gosh, hugs are the most important, valuable thing ever. And Penny's first like human interaction when she became a real girl was, do hugs always make you this warm and fuzzy inside? So between the friends with Ruby of all characters and the hugs and wanting to understand what a purpose is, and she's too young to know that and she has to get older to discover that, I just feel like there's a lot of parallels to Little and Ruby. And I also feel like Little is going to understand the purpose of a name and an identity and what it means to be who you are and to know what you are by the end of this journey if Little continues on their journey with Ruby by her side up until the very end. Little actually might be the key to all of this by the end of it if they're around Ruby enough to understand the development that she's gone through and to, you know, hopefully be able to break through that in the end. So yeah, I just couldn't help but notice a lot of the parallels between Little and Penny, and based on the fact that Penny was brought up, her sword was brought back into the fold, her sacrifice was addressed in such a beautiful way. I love the OST that was going on there with Penny, with Ruby talking to the toy guards. I really loved that. I think Casey and the gang are doing an amazing job with the instrumental music. Obviously, we're going to get more vocals as time goes on, but I just want to compliment the OSTs because Alex has always done a phenomenal job volume after volume. And the fact that I'm already resonating with them says a lot about like the quality and the level that they're at right now with bringing these scores to specific scenes. You know, the Yang animation scene was pretty funny, her getting knocked out, and then when she comes to, like, the freaking raccoon makes off on their wagon with all the treasure and whatnot. And it seems like they're kind of leaning in more to the official confirmation of Blake and Yang, like, having feelings for each other, being more flirtatious, being more expressive with each other. Weiss even mentioning it's about time, and I feel like that was, like, a representation of the community who has kind of identified that that's been a thing for years now, and it seems like this volume might solidify that's having a lot of build up now, right? The last episode they had like their embrace, this episode they had like the little fingers touching and kind of like laughing and joking it up, and now Yang's puns are rubbing off on Blake, like the unarmed, the disarmed. And I don't know, I just think it's cute, it's sweet. I'm pretty sure it's gonna upset a lot of people. Unlucky. It's not like it's been a secret. It's not like it's something that hasn't been, you know, worked up and built up upon for multiple volumes. And, you know, I feel like this is something that's ultimately going to get under people's skin because it's not something that, like, they want to acknowledge, despite the fact that it's in the show and it has to be acknowledged because it's happening and it's a natural development that's happened over multiple volumes. And people think that it's more the fan base's influence than the writing's influence, which to that I would say, have you ever watched the very end of Haloid and you see how that pair plays out? It's not like Monty was opposed to, or the writers of RWBY have ever been opposed to women being in relationships, especially with like main center stage characters. I'm interested to see how that plays out and develops. I love the fact that they're kind of being very friendly and open about it, and I feel like that's definitely something that might happen by the end of this volume that's going to make a lot of people happy. But I loved everything and how it followed through with the episode. Weiss and Ruby had a little bit of their conversation, and it's very interesting how the world is responding more and more to Ruby's emotions. Like when Weiss was talking about losing her family and losing Atlas and having nothing left, and that their plans fell through, I felt like Ruby internalized that as like Weiss is putting all of her grievances on me and not really acknowledging that I just lost Penny and I have all of this stuff on my shoulders as the team leader and it's her responsibility to kind of make sure her team is alongside her, and needing to quote unquote be strong, which is basically put all of your burdens to the side and worry about other people so that way they're good, but then you never really take care of yourself. I feel like that was expressive too, because there was this one shot with 3 birds in the sky and the 4th one wasn't there, and I felt like that represented like Weiss, Blake, and Yang eventually are going to be good, and that's just going to leave Ruby to kind of pick up the pieces of her mentality, of her emotions, with no one really there to kind of make sure that they're there for her, you know. And she's kind of spilling her heart out to these toy soldiers too, about Penny, about the sword, and I feel like it didn't hit anybody until that very moment where they're like, that's Penny's sword. We all know how much Penny meant to Ruby, and now Ruby's kind of like putting on a brave face and kind of like she's like shielding herself from her emotions and is being strong to keep everybody else strong, whereas I feel like by the end of it, it's gonna really she's gonna crack under that pressure. I don't know, I just really resonated with that. I really feel like for Ruby, it's something that it's only going to get tougher as time goes on. The more she compartmentalizes, the more she pushes things down, and doesn't worry about them. I just feel like by the end of it, the episode turned out beautifully. We're going to the King's Crimson Castle, which I guess is a gender-bent version of the Queen of Hearts, which we did mention that during our live stream discussion on Thursday, which we're obviously going to be doing the live stream discussion for Chapter 2. I hope you guys look forward to that for those who will be tuning in. But yeah, everything else played out pretty well. We're going to be going into like a different realm section, which was pretty interesting. Again, we also referenced and theorized during the live stream that each of these different segments of this Ever After were failed realities of the God of Light and Darkness, and Remnant was the last one before they decided to say, fuck it, we're done with this whole thing. And it seems like each one of these little slivers of reality, or each of these little acres, as Little put it, are like different aspects of like a fairy tale that that the God of Light and Darkness just kind of threw in the recycling bin, and that's basically the void of like the realm where the relics are placed. But yeah, I mean, the episode was phenomenal. I don't know what else I can say, what more I can say, at least for right now, because this is getting into a very long-winded post discussion. But I definitely will be going more in depth, breaking down the entire volume, chapter, episode to episode in my live stream discussion for Chapter 2. So hopefully you guys will be able to check that out. We're going to be doing those every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. So I hope you guys look forward to that, or check out the VODs if you guys are able to. But that's everything. Those are my thoughts. I absolutely loved this episode. I hope you guys did as well. Appreciate the support of everybody watching these and checking them out as soon as they come out on Patreon, and eventually when they go up on YouTube for the general public. But yeah, loved it. Absolutely. Really looking forward to how Ruby interacts with the King of Hearts, or whatever suit that this person's going to be, and just kind of continuing on the story of Alex and understanding the lessons and the things that are going to develop her and make her into a better person by the end of this. So thank you guys all so much for the support. Thank you for tuning in and checking this out. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.